Yeah. Turn the other way. Guys.
Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the program Mathematics for JHS. Last week we focused on how to round values to a stated number of significant figures. Today we shall look at another aspect of approximations called standard form. Students, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Now, last week we were looking at statements involving how to round decimal points or decimal places, or let me say decimal fractions, to a stated number of significant figures. Now, there are times that you'll be confronted with very minute or very, very small approximations, or very, very small decimal fractions, or too large. The number can be very large, or it can be what? Very small. In that case, it will be very difficult to deal with, to manage. We use the concept of what? Standard form to do it. Are you okay with that? So when the number is too large or too small, you use standard form. And in using standard form to write it, we have a times 10 exponent what? N. The N there represents the number of digits after the decimal point. Are you okay?
Yes.
Number of digits after the decimal point. The A there should lie between 0 and 10. It lies between 0 and 10, meaning you can only take values of 1 up to what? 9. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. For instance, if I have 0.0000134 and I want to represent this decimal fraction in the form, in a standard form, I will have to move the point a couple of times, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. I cannot move to what? I can move it to behind 3 because it will violate the assumption that I indicated here. I said A should fall between 0 and 10, only taking values 1, 2, 3, 4 up to what? 9. So when you move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this gives me 1 point. Are you okay with that? So I have, the point will now be here. 1.34 times 10. How many times have I moved the point? 5. So I indicate what? 5. Okay? But if you are moving from left to right, the end there should be what? Negative. So I indicate minus 5. So in standard form, the decimal fraction 0.0000134 can be written as 1.34 times 10 exponent 5, negative 5. This is what we call standard form. So when you see this, it means it is a fraction. When it is carrying, when the 10 is the base, is carrying a negative exponent, then it tells you that decimal fraction is what? It's a what? It's a normal fraction. That is what this one is telling us. It's a fraction. You have to divide something by another thing before you can get it. That is what it means. Yeah, that's what it stands for. It means it is what? A fraction when there's a negative. Are you okay with that? All right, so we move on. Now, I can also have something like this, right? This is quite a big number. I can simplify it, okay? And to do that, I can use standard form. In this case, I'll be moving the point towards the what? The left. So you'll be moving from right to left. So I end up with 1, 2. It's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point now appears here. So you have 1.4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 1. Are you okay? Times 10 exponent what? Hikma. Exponent positive 4. Because we are moving from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 1 times 10 exponent 4. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So, viewers, as I've shown on the board, if you have too large a decimal fraction or too small a decimal fraction, then the simplest way to handle it or manage it is to write it in standard form, which is what we have done. So I'm giving you a few examples to try for me. You have to write them in standard form. All right. So you are writing the two examples in standard form. Okay. The next one. How do you do it? No idea. I just did something on the board. Look at it. The second example, look at what I did. Yes, Hikma. Yes, Hikma has got it. That's very good. That's fine. Yes. On the right track. Tamira. This is very, very good. But okay. Yes. That's true. All right. I can see you've all done well. You've tried to do it. Now, viewers, let's look at the two examples together. We have to write them in standard form. Samira, the first one, how do you write it in standard form?
So you move there. So because 0 is not this, it's not orthogonal. So it will be 1.46.
How many times do you move the point?
1.
Once. If you move it twice, why will it be wrong? If you move it once, you have 1.4. Now if you move it twice, you have 14.6. Why is it wrong?
So because
why is it wrong to move it twice? Yes, Asifa.
So please, the A is between 0 and 10.
The A is between 0 and 10. That should not exceed what? 10. Okay? Between 0 and 10 means 1, 2, 3, up to 9. So if I move it 1 and 2, won't I get 14? The 14 is more than 10, and it will be wrong. So I end up with 1.46. Don't bring the 0. Are you okay? 1.46. If you bring it, there's no problem. But you don't have to bring it. 1.46 times 10 exponent what? -1. So this index, The exponent is the number of times you move the point. Are you okay? Then the b. So Noma, the b, what do we do?
Move it in between the 9 and 6.
You move it up to where the 9 is.
Yes.
So do that and tell us the answer you will get.
You get 9, 6, 5, 1, 2.
You get
9.65
9.65
1, 2,
1, 2,
2.
2 times what?
10 exponent 4.
Exponent
4.
4. Is Sunuma right? Yes. Okay. So what it means is that you have to move it. You see? 1, 2, 3. If I end here, the answer is wrong. I'm not supposed to have anything more than 9. It's between 0 and 10. It shouldn't be more than 9. 96 will be more than 9. So you move it again to get 9.6 something. Are we okay? So in converting or rewriting those decimal fractions in standard form, then we end up with what we have here. Any questions? Yes.
A, if you move it once, but it's not possible to write the 1.
If you move it,
Say once. I mean, it's not possible to write 10 exponent -1.
if you move it this way,
So like when you the A 0.1460
okay.
and we want to standardize it. I think we do it 1.46 times 10.
46 times 10.
And it's not possible to write the -1, or it's possible to write the 1.
It's possible because you are moving from right to left. If you are moving from right, no, you are moving from left to right. In that case, it becomes negative. Moving this way, from left towards right, then the power here should be negative. But if it is from right and you are going to the left, then the power is positive. It's always possible to write the power, depending on whichever direction you are counting from. Are you okay? Yes. Asifa, any questions?
Sir, please, if the power is +1, so is it necessary to write the 1?
Any questions?
7 is -1. You have to write it because
So if it is -1,
1,
you have to write 10 exponent -1. Because I told you, it means it is a fraction. 10 exponent -1 means 1 over 10. That one you have to write it. But 10 exponent 1 means 10. So whether with the 1 or without the 1, it means the same thing. Are you okay? All right, so now we have been able to look at how to write a number, an ordinary number, how to convert it into standard form. Now, if you have standard form, how do you convert standard form to what? Ordinary numbers. That is also very important. Are you okay? All right, so converting standard form to ordinary numbers. Okay, 1.24 times 10 exponent 2. That is the standard form. How do I convert that to what? An ordinary number. So I will do that together with you. Now the 10 exponent 2 tells you how many times you should move what? The point. Are you okay? So in this case, so Noma, if you have 1.24 times 10 exponent 2, how many times do you move the point?
2 times.
To which side?
Right.
To the right. So do that and tell us the answer.
The answer is 124.
You end up with 1, 2 what?
4.
1, 2, 4. Do we agree? Asifa, do we agree?
Yes.
The 10 exponent 2 means you move the point 2 times. So you have 1 and 2, right? So it becomes 1, 2, 4. Samira, are you okay? You are not okay. Okay, if you have 1, 2, 4, and you want to write it in standard form, what do? Let's start from here. You have 1, 2, 4, and you want to write in standard form. This is the same as writing it 124.0. Write it in standard form.
1.24.
It will be 1.24 times what?
Times 10 exponent 2.
10 exponent 2. Because you have moved the point to the left twice. 1, 2. So if you want to now convert it from the standard form to this number, what do? You move the same point, 1, because it is 10 exponent 2. It means move it to the right. It is positive. It means move it what? To the right 2 times. So you have 1, 2. So the point now comes after the 4. It becomes 124 point what? 0. Are you okay? So that is why we are having the 124 there. Any other questions? No, you can ignore the point or you add the point. There's no problem at all. Are you okay? Yes. So if you want to be comfortable, just add the point. Make it 124.0. All right. So we take a second example before I give you trial questions to do on your own, so that I'll be sure you are following what I'm doing. Now we have another, viewers, there's a second example on the board, so we'll all focus our attention on that. I'll solve that with you, after which I'll give you an example to do on your own. It is you convert 2.468 times 10 exponent negative 4 to a decimal fraction. Let's see how we do that. Now, for you to do that, in the first case, we were having positive. I intentionally brought another example carrying a negative power. If it is negative, Hikma, which direction are you supposed to move the point?
To the left.
Are you okay? That is very good. If it is positive, move the point to the right. If it is negative, move the point to the left. We do exactly that. Now, Asifa, tell me what the answer should be then.
Say 0.000248. 468.
Samira, what's the answer?
Okay. 0.2468. 0.2468.
The negative form means that after, like when you are counting from the point, you should count 4 times before you get to 2. That's what the negative means. If you want to write it as a decimal fraction and you are counting, you must count 4 times before you get to what? 2. So how many zeros should come after the point? That's what the question should be. For you to be able to count 4 times to get to 2, how many zeros should come after the point?
3.
3 zeros. Are you okay? So, Noma, are you okay with what we have done?
Sure.
That's great. So you are having 2.468 times 10 exponent negative 4. Because it is negative, you should move the point to the left 4 times. So we are here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. It means there's a 0 here, there's another 0, and there's a 0 before the point. Or, because you are moving from here 4 times, it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point should be here. So you see there's a 0, there's a 0, there's a 0 before the point. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why we are having 0.0002.468. The point should not come. That's good, Asifa. This point should not come there. It's 0.0002468. Any questions? Any further questions? All right. So you take this. So viewers, as I've already said, I'm giving you some trial questions as exercise to do on your own. All right. So you have to convert 6. Viewers, we have been able to show how to convert ordinary numbers to standard form. And I've shown you the reason why we do that. When you are dealing with decimal fractions or values that are too large or too small, then you have to manage that using standard form. So we have shown how to write ordinary numbers in standard form. We have also demonstrated how to write standard form or convert standard form to ordinary numbers. So we will end the lesson here, and we meet next week to continue from where we ended. But before that, I've given some assignment, which you can see on the board. Next week, I would like you to solve them on your own so that we come and cross-check and see whether your answers are right or wrong. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.